all together draw our attention inside ourselves towards our spiritual being, towards our heart, and also on the top of our head towards Sahasrara, where we've got our yoga, the union with the all-pervading power. And we can go beyond our thoughts, beyond everything, and we can go into meditation together and experience this state, which is very nourishing, which is very enjoyable, so much that we wouldn't want to leave it. So I hope we will be able to experience that all together tonight. And for that, we need to be connected, even though online, but we need to be all together with our attention. So we just need to dedicate some time fully, and we will start with meditation, and then we will watch a short fragment of Shri Mataji's speech, and afterwards we will again meditate a little bit. So if you have prepared foot soak, you can have foot soak. We can start with foot soak actually. If you haven't, don't worry about it, because you can do it after the program as well. So we will meditate together, and then after the program, you can do it, just 10 minutes, and that's all. It's very important to do foot soak every day. So please do it. So if you are all ready now, we can all together raise our Kundalini slowly and do Bandhan. Let's do it together. Let's put full attention on this movement. We do it with our hands, but our attention is very important. So while raising our left hand and rotating right hand around it, we put our full attention on the hand, left hand, which is raising, and our attention goes up as well. So this is how we helping this process of ascending the energy within us upwards towards the Sahasrara, and we leave it there. So let's do it. When we do it properly, we can feel vibrations directly. The cool wind, cool breeze, we can feel it directly in our hands and on top of our head. So let's start and do it together slowly with full attention. And we do bandhans properly. We raise our hand above our head and take it down, and again 7 times. Let's open our hands on our knees, put it like this. If you have prepared foot soak, then you can put your feet in the foot soak now. If you have Shri Mataji's photo in your house, if you've done a small beautiful altar in your house, so you can sit in front of Shri Mataji's photo with the candle lit in front of it, otherwise you can sit in front of the screen. And we can watch Shri Mataji's photo for a while. No thoughts, no judgments. Just imbibing the vibrations, the vibrations of the all-pervading power which are all around us. Now let's raise our Kundalini with the right hand at the base of the spine in front, slowly raising the energy upwards, touching the Sahasrara and raising above. Let's do it 2 more times. Again, with full attention. Let your Mother Kundalini work within you, ascend within you. Let more and more threads of the Kundalini energy rise within us. We can have both our hands towards Mother Earth. If you sit on the floor, you can put both the hands on the ground. Otherwise, just let them hang towards the ground. And here we ask Mother Earth, please cleanse us. Please take away all the impure, all the obstacles within our subtle system. Within our chakras. Please make us completely pure. Now let's put our left hand on the knee while the right hand is hanging towards the ground. Now we ask Mother Kundalini, please purify our Ida Nadi, left channel within us. Please take away all the obstacles, all the impurity in the Ida Nadi, in the left channel. So now just surrender to the process. Whether you feel or not feel anything, it is working. It is a living process within us. And Mother Kundalini is working within us. So we don't need to do anything. Just put our attention inside us and have pure desire to become pure, to become whole. We just surrender to Mother Kundalini. Let her do the work within us. We don't do anything. We just ask Mother Kundalini to do the work within us. Just observe your left hand and see whether you can feel coolness or warmth. If you feel coolness, it means balance. If you still feel warmth, then you need some more time. Now we can put our right hand on the knee and our left we can raise facing the palm of the hand backwards. And we ask Mother Kundalini to cleanse our Pingala Nadi, which is the right channel. To balance all our activities, to reduce all the excessive heat, all the excessive thoughts, everything which is excessive in our right channel. Mother Kundalini, please balance our right channel. And again, just surrender to the process, surrender to Mother Kundalini. Let her do the job. and observe your right hand. Now we put our left hand on the knee. Both the hands are on the knees. And our attention goes to the central channel, Sushumna Nadi. This is the channel of our ascent. This is the path which is built inside ourselves. Mother Kundalini, please take away all the obstacles in our spiritual ascent, in our self-realization. Please make our self-realization stronger, deeper, wider. Now we can put our hand on the forehead, and here we can say, Mother, I forgive. I forgive everyone and everything, and I forgive myself. Let both the hands rest on the knees. Now pay attention to your hands and to the top of your head and see, just observe the vibrations, the sensations, the feeling that you have in the hands and on top of the head. Just observe, just notice. If you feel coolness, it means it is balanced. If you feel warmth or heaviness or any other sensations, then it is working out. Just surrender to Mother Kundalini and ask her to purify, to cleanse your subtle system. Now, those of you who are doing foot soak, you can wash off your feet and throw the water. You can do it now while we, the others, we can stay for a few minutes in meditation, and we can have some music for meditation. Now we can still continue staying in the meditative state while watching Shri Mataji's speech, or it's a fragment from public program where Shri Mataji speaks about innocence, the power of innocence within us.
Now the thing we have to know that as the Kundalini ascends, we also starts getting powers. The first power is that of innocence. Innocence has a power above all other powers. It's the most powerful thing. But in the human beings, it takes time for innocence to be awakened in the full way. It takes time. As a child, they have the innocence. And in childhood, if they get their awakening, that's the best thing that can happen to human beings, that in childhood only they get the realization. But as soon as you start growing, your attention starts going either to the left or to the right. You start indulging into all kinds of things as far as your sex is concerned, as far as your seeking is concerned, and you then jump on to some sort of a wrong thing which you should not have done. And that's how the first center gets lost. An innocent person is looked after by angels. Such a person has no fear of anything. He is not bothered. He is never violent. He is never hasty. He is never in a temper. He is so peaceful, and he knows that what he is doing is the right thing. Such a person stands by righteousness. Like you can see in the life of Christ, is a very good example. That very Mary Magdalene was stoned by people. He stood up and he said, among you who has done no sin can throw the stone at her. Actually, Christ had nothing to do with a prostitute. He had no relationship of any kind with her. She is a prostitute and he is the Son of God. But at that time he did feel that she has a right to exist, because those who are stoning her are the people who have committed also sins. Only she is a person who is exposed, and he stood by her. And that is what happens to a person who is innocent. He is fearless. He has no fear of anything, because he knows that he stands on truth and on innocence. Such a person also has a capacity to bear up lots of nonsense, to laugh at lots of tortures and troubles people bestow upon him. And the greatest thing of innocence is that it gives you discretion. Such a person is immensely discreet. He is so wise. He may be a little child, he may be a grown-up person, he may be a villager, he might be educated, he might be uneducated, but he is so wise that he sees what is right and what is righteous. And this is the greatest quality of an innocent person, that he is very discreet about everything. His discretion is just like a straightforward hit. He doesn't have to think, he doesn't have to bother. Whatever he decides is absolute discreet, and he doesn't have to have choices. He doesn't go on choosing people. He doesn't go on choosing things. He said, this is the thing, finished. So such a person becomes absolutely dynamic, because he doesn't waste any energy. He doesn't waste his brains. He doesn't waste his arguments with anyone. If he thinks the person is worth arguing, he'll argue, otherwise he'll say, all right, you are clever, go ahead. This is the understanding of a person who is completely discreet. Like there was a very big joke about it, that there was a man who was going up the road, up the stairs, and another one was coming downstairs. The one who was going up the road was a wise man, and the one who was coming down was not a wise man. So he tried to be aggressive, and he told him that I will not move for you, because I don't move for fools. So the other one moved on one side and he said, I do. Meaning I move out for fools. See, but he said, I do, and he moved out. So he has such a discretion how far to go and how far not to go. Now I will give an example how in nature you can find this very easily. See, the root has a little root cap. It's a very, very small, minute thing. You have to see through the microscope. Now this root cap is a wise thing. It goes in the soil. It sees there are some stones, so it goes round the stones. Then it finds there are boulders, it goes round the boulders. It has to find its way, so it's not bothered. You are a boulder? All right, doesn't matter. I'm not going to fight with you. It passes through that, it goes directly to that place where it has to arrive. And when he reaches that place, when he arrives that place, what happens? He finds that he has tied up these boulders around himself to support the whole tree. This is the wisdom of a little bit, small little cell, which is the root end. So you can imagine how much there is wisdom in a little cell like that. And God has given us such a good brain, and if we do not have discretion, we are like people who are blind, who walk without knowing where they have to. So the first power of your innocence is awakened. Innocent man cannot be harmed. Those who try to harm the innocent man are harmed ultimately. They are very severely harmed, and it is amazing sometimes that the harm can be too much, too severe, and that's why the compassion of Christ thought of it, and he said, "Oh God, please forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing." Because it could have been that with the Father who is so wrathful, they would have been all destroyed completely. So the way he said, forgive them. Because I do not want that these people who are ignorant people, who have tortured me like this, should be destroyed. This is the sign of innocence.
So there are some things that we can do to help ourselves to purify our eyes, our minds, and to let the innocence within us to be manifested, to shine, so that we can become all that with which Sri Mataji has described, what innocence, the power of innocence gives us. So there is one thing we can do. A very important thing is our attention. When it goes too much outside, when we start looking at people or things and start thinking about it, judging it, then our attention gets disturbed. So what we can do when we go outside and there are people and whatever around us, so we can watch the sky or we can watch the ground. And that is to purify our eyes and our minds. So let all the destructive ideas or feelings, even such as flirting, is very destructive for our innocence. All that can be worked out through this practicing of looking at the ground or looking at the sky when we go out, and pull our attention within us. So we are fully aware, we are alert when we are outside, but we don't get involved very much into science, into people, into, I mean, not science, but science or people or things, whatever around us. We can just practice, try it out, practice it for a while, for 1 week or even 1 month. Whenever we remember, we can use it. It helps tremendously. And also, when we meditate, we can put attention on our liver, or also it is Swadhisthana on the right side. Swadhisthana and Nabi chakra, second and third chakras, these which are placed on the stomach, lower part and upper part. They are responsible for such organ as liver, and liver used to be described as the seat of our attention. So on the physical level, we can help our liver to cleanse when we drink a lot of water, good pure water. And especially also if we can put water on the altar, if you have altar at home and you can put a glass or a jar with water for some while, and then you can, for example, in the evening and then in the morning, you can drink this water, which is very good for our Nabi chakra, for Swadhisthana chakra. Now we can also have a few minutes of meditation, and we can put attention on our liver. So let's again open our hands like this, close our eyes, and we can put our left hand on the right side of our stomach. Mother Kundalini, please cleanse and balance our liver, our Swadhisthana chakra. Mother Kundalini, please purify our attention. Please make it whole and stable and auspicious. We can put our left hand back on the knee. Both the hands are open. Let's keep our attention in Sahasrara on top of our head. Now we can put both our hands together. Namaste. In gratitude to our Mother Kundalini, who works within us day and night, balancing us, cleansing us, putting us right, leading us into meditation. And now we can raise our Kundalini and do the bandhan again with full attention. Thank you, everyone. Now we end our program